Well, good morning. It's Rick Giggy, and had a rough time yesterday, but today's looking good. And joined an organization last night called the Mankind Project, and check it out on Google. It's MKP, and it's like a dream come true. I was stuck in a lot of subpersonality shadows, and fear, and the fires were burning, and the ashes were falling, and I was on Ember Patrol, and I was pretty messed up. Uh, and and this group that went on for I think 3 hours really helped call out my best parts, which can deal with my shadow parts, which befriend my fear and make 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 everything hard. My shadow parts make my life really difficult. But when I can deal with them with my best parts and my best energy, my spiritual energy, my hope, my trust, then it's a lot easier to kind of just say, yep, this is life, I trust it. Things are going to work out. Bob Marley's Three Little Birds, everything's going to be okay. It's spot on. Just stay steady, stay calm, keep smiling, keep laughing. Every morning I ask Siri on my iPhone for a joke. And this morning's joke was, how do scientists refresh their breath? Well, with experiments. and and it was a guy last night on this Zoom call, said, how can I kind of turn the corner into elderhood and use my tools? And I've got incredibly amazing tools that have been given to me that I've worked out myself to help me keep going. So I played my bell, my Franny gong this morning, and played my lyre, my little harp, and played my flute, and came out and thanked all that is for my life. And I feel strong today. And the fires are still going. I think my friend Nick lost his house, or he certainly got smoke damage, if it didn't get destroyed yet. And I just realized so many things I'm having as an elder. Elders have a lot of time. you can't do what you used to do the way you used to do it. And so I've had to figure out all these new ways of being, like we all have to. We can't go back to the old systems. They don't work anymore. We wouldn't be in this kind of jackpot without, the consequences of past mistakes. And we can do the same thing and get the same mistake again, which is, I think, a good definition of insanity, that you do the same thing and you expect new outcomes. There's a community around here called Fountain Grove, and very beautiful homes, and they've been burned out twice. People came back and rebuilt their homes or built new homes on burned out land, and bingo, they burned down again. It's geography. And people, no doubt, will rebuild again, trying to go backwards. I would love to pick up on other other societies of the past, indigenous cultures, realizing that everything is temporary, and so therefore you have to be prepared to keep moving. So what's the modern equivalent of a teepee, a travois, something that can be moved fairly easily, and tools that can be made, simple things. And I'd love to have an RV, because I think that RVs are going to become a handy way to be able to say, okay, fires are coming, time to move our home. And you just drive somewhere that's a bit safer. Anyway, I hope you can enjoy this video. I'm enjoying making it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in a few years and to see how I'm thinking differently. Please make your own videos. We need your stories. We need every person on the planet has a gift for everybody. I was watching a thing on Netflix about the 70 dangerous places to live, and it was just a film about one catastrophic thing after the other, and watching people rebuild, do the same thing, rebuild in the same location, making decisions about where they live and what they do. To just repeat the trauma and expect something different. That's crazy. A very dear friend of mine who's like a muse sent me a picture of a very fancy and beautiful hotel here in California. It's $800 a night, I think, to stay there. And it burned down. And he sent me a picture of it and said, oh, this is arson to bring down the state of California. And I was thinking about it, I was on Ember Patrol last night because these live embers were falling around. And it was terrifying. And so I had a lot of time to think about, well, how did California get to this mess? And President Trump has said, oh, it's California's fault. And I think he's right. I think he really nailed it, that why hasn't California had a law that says if you own land, you've got to clean up the stuff that causes big fires, so that little fires happen and the trees the redwoods can deal with that. Little fire, yeah, most of them will live through it. But when you just let the stuff, the fallen leaves and fallen branches and things build up and build up and build up, it's fuel. It makes the fires too hot for the trees to live through. And I thought, how did we get to that? And it was like, oh, it's a form of the very wealthy people saying, no, we don't want to pay any more taxes. It was called Proposition 13 here in California. I think it was during the Reagan governorship. And so they started defunding the best prison system in the world. The fewest people were going back to prison because they were getting help while they were in prison to get over the reasons that they screwed up, couldn't be successful except to commit a crime. And how did the California school system, which was producing more innovation and really amazing breakthroughs in society, and take it apart and dumb it down? And it was defund education, don't pay for the education. And the same thing happened here with the forests. And it's just been a problem waiting to happen. So anyway, La Vida, I called it, I nicknamed it the 1%'s socialized capitalism. And I thought, well, it's time to invent something, a new system. And I like the Mondragon system, where capital and banks and venture capitalists and consumers and professionals and lawmakers all realize, oh, we'd be screwed without each other. We'd be really messed up without each other. And how can we work together? And that came from a shamanic culture combining with Catholicism in the Basque area between Spain and France. I think it's called the Mondragon Cooperatives. And they're much hated and by lots of different people who think, oh, I can't get enough. But they all, in the Mondragon Cooperative idea, that people work together and make a good life, a good enough life for everybody. You know, we can all get some of what we want. Nobody can get all of what we want, but we keep expecting to. So, and that's, remember, that's, in my vote, that's insanity to keep doing the same thing, expecting different outcomes. Ah, well, off to a beautiful day today. I hope you have a beautiful day too. And thanks for watching this video. They're fun to make, and I don't know where they're going for. You can see my garden experiment in the background there. I'm trying to, I ate the first potatoes that grew out of there, and I've eaten the first wheatgrass, and not wheatgrass, you know, wheat juice and kale and things like that. Anyway, make your own videos, please, 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 and thank you to all the people who are sending me notes saying, hey, I'm making my own videos, or my husband's making stories and stuff like that. So keep on.